Morning. Can everybody hear me? Good, good. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm looking at this crowd, and I've been doing this work now for 23 years, and I never get to the point where I'm really comfortable. I get to the point. Raise your hand if you ever got butterflies. Yeah, and and I do this all the time, and I still get butterflies. And I think what that is, that's my higher power trying to keep me in check. So when I speak, that I speak from the right place. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Because I don't have a lot of time, but I do want to make sure that I carry a strong message this morning to all these beautiful young people that I have had a great opportunity to hang out with a lot of you. And we were hanging out this morning. And I think what I want to do is I want to share with you some personal information around my life. Would that be cool? And listen, it's my story. It's what happened with me. And I've been so blessed because my life went from a mess to now I'm in paradise, and I want to tell the whole world. In fact, I've been fortunate enough to tell the world because I fly on airplanes twice a week, and I've been to over 70 foreign countries doing what I'm doing right here. I do it all the way on the other side of the world. In fact, I just flew in from 2 weeks ago. I was in Budapest, and I'd never been to Budapest before, but it was cool, man. I was out there hanging out, and I brought Mr. G Swagger over there, you know what I'm saying? So that was cool. And they're over there now and over there talking about 2-4. And so, and I know there's a lot of you in this room who have not had me in class, and a lot of adults here who don't know me. So I'll explain 2-4 and towards the end. But what I really want to do is I just want to tell you, look, I got addicted to chemicals, which led to a disease that I have right now. And this disease that I have right now, I was, for many years, I was undiagnosed. I didn't know I had this disease. So having the disease that I have undiagnosed can get you in a lot of what? Yeah, it got me in trouble, man. A lot of trouble. And I started when I was 13. So my addiction, my disease of addiction started at a very young age. I was just starting out. Do you know what I mean? And I was walking in here, and I was talking to this gentleman. I have a 14-year-old, and we were just talking about kids. So my 14-year-old is right at that age right now where curiosity, peer pressure, genetic predisposition, all that stuff got the best of me. And I'm pretty excited too because I'm home. No, I don't live here in North Attleboro, but where am I? North Andover. I know I'm somewhere. Hey, listen, I'm home though, because listen, I'm very seldom in Massachusetts. I'm always like away from Massachusetts, so to me to be home, it's like, man, this is like, oh, I was sleeping in my bed last night, man. That's cool, I started out in Cambridge. Y'all know what Cambridge is, right? You know what's funny? It's a boarding school, so a lot of these kids don't even know what Cambridge is. They're like, where's Cambridge? Cambridge, Massachusetts is the coolest place on earth, man. It is. It's a melting pot of so many different cultures and Harvard University and MIT. So I grew up there, and I had a lot of fun. And I had dreams and goals, and I wanted to be a superstar. I remember I wanted to play basketball in the NBA. And I was hanging out with some like ballers, real ballers, the guys who went into the NBA, like Patrick Ewing. If anybody remembers, some of these guys are too young, but Patrick Ewing from the New York Knicks and Ramil Ra, and everything was going good until one day life came without my permission and challenged me. And I got news for you. Y'all want some news? Say, give me some news, Mr. G. Life is going to come challenge you too. And in fact, there's a lot of my students that have already been challenged. And how you get through that challenge, I don't know, that's going to be on you. But I got something to tell you today, right? I'm telling you, right? If you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. Like, watch out because, man, like, there's an illness out there that is trying to get you. And it got me. And it didn't just get me, it got my whole family. Got my twin brother. I have an identical twin brother. He's part of my story. I'm going to share this with you because, listen, my twin brother saved my life. I was hanging out with him last night. He's a funny dude, man. I wish I could bring him here. That would mess you guys up. Double trouble. You know what I'm talking about? But my brother and I, man, we started out the same time. I was in my bedroom, right? Check it out. I was in my bedroom, and some of you 10th graders, y'all remember I was sharing this with you earlier last week. My mother raised 4 boys, right? And my mother was no joke. You did not want to mess with my mom. And how many of y'all got a mom you don't want to mess with, man? Yeah, y'all know. Some of y'all looking at me like, what does that mean, right? My mother called me. I was in the bedroom. She said, come out here right now. And I didn't go out there because it sounded like I was in what? So I stayed in my room for a few minutes trying to figure out what did I do, you know. Have you ever been in trouble but you don't know what you did? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right, girl? Hey, man, listen, my mother, she looked at me when I got out there. She said, I don't like your friend. And I looked at my mom, man. I was like, because I had more than one friend. But this friend, my mother didn't like this dude, man. And when she said, I don't like your friend, I said, Mom, you don't understand. Eddie's my best friend. My mother looked at me. She goes, I don't care. I don't care for him. I said, Mom, you don't understand, man. How many of you ever fight with your parents, man? You ever fight with your parents? Yeah. Hey, listen, that fight, I didn't win. In fact, I got so upset, I went down to my bedroom and I slammed my bedroom door. But some of y'all, I heard some What, you get in trouble if you slam your door? I had a girl in my other school not too long. She was so cute. I think there was a girl here this week, too, last week. Who got their door taken? You got your door taken? Girl, did you get it back? Because you know it's messed up. If your parents take your door, you really know you got no door. Something's wrong, right? You all right? Hey, man, my mother didn't take my door, but she made it clear to me she didn't want me hanging out with my friend. And I couldn't understand it. And that day got even worse because about an hour later, that was the front door. Guess who that was? Oh, boy. And, man, it got so crazy. I tried to get to the door to save him, right? But it was too late. Because when I peeked around the corner, he was like, Mrs. Hall, you look beautiful. I'm like, shut up, you stupid. And he comes down to my room, and this day was like the beginning. I share this with you because one of my drugs of choice is marijuana. And in fact, I got 5 different drugs I got addicted to, and marijuana did the most damage. I was 13 years old in my bedroom when my best friend pulled out a marijuana joint, and he showed it to me. And as soon as he showed it to me, I freaked out. I got nervous. I told him to put it away because I don't want to get in trouble for his stuff. But then I remember going, let me see that. And curiosity was getting the best of me. Next thing you know, I'm down the park that day, sitting on a bench that afternoon, and I looked to my right, and guess what my best friend was doing? Smoking marijuana. I was 13 years old with no defense. I had no guidance in my life. Back in those days, nobody was teaching me about genetic predisposition. Now listen, I got a strong genetic predisposition. If you don't know what that means, it's in my family. And anybody that knows about addiction being in your family, you know, I dealt with a lot of mess that I didn't want. And I remember, man, right, before I go any further, I'm looking around this room. I'm not the only one. Some of you got it in your family, too. And I know this, man. I was here for a whole week last week, and I had several students that are sitting here right now who expressed exactly what I'm talking about. They said, Mr. G, can I talk to you? And if you got it in your family, if you have addiction in your family, alcoholism, any kind of addiction, you better watch out. Be careful. Because, man, if you turn the switch on, you might not be able to what? You might not be able to turn it off. And listen, addiction is killing a generation of young people today in our country. It is unbelievable. The epidemic is so bad, right, that about 150 young people are dying every day from drug addiction. And raise your hand if you heard of the opioid epidemic. All right, listen, bring your hands down. Reason I bring that up, because those young people that are dying, they're 20-somethings, right? Young people, not much older than you guys are right now. Please recognize that they didn't just wake up one day and say they want to do heroin. That's not how it works. There's a pathway to get there. And the pathway is typically chemicals that are accepted as, I don't know, safer, acceptable, socially acceptable. What drugs am I talking about? I'm talking about the drugs that you guys will see first. Vaping, Juul vaping. I know I just made a few people in this room uncomfortable, and that's all right. Alcohol. Is alcohol a drug? Yes. Are we sure? Yes. Man, I got to ask these kids because I don't know. I got some confusion this week. I got confusion. You know, it scares me when a 10th grader goes, yes, no, shut up. It could be. Only if you drink it. Yeah, I had some confusion this week. You should not be in high school if you don't know if alcohol is a drug. You better get educated because this drug is powerful. It's the drug that is most likely going to show up. Those heroin addicts that are dying, right, those opioid addicts, if you look at their life closely, you track it back to their early teenage years, experimenting, using chemicals. The kids who stay clean, and by the way, there's a whole bunch in this room. I know they are. They're right here. They're in this room, and I don't know you personally, but you are staying clean no matter what. So for that, I want to say, let's give these individuals some love, man. Give them some love. Hey, you all know who you are. You know who you are, man. You're staying clean. You're not vaping. You're not smoking the la-la. You're not getting high, man. You're not using drugs. You're getting high, but you're not using drugs. Can you get high without drugs? Oh, you can? How? Wait a minute. How can you get high without using drugs? What the heck? Are you all high right now? You all are giggling. You're high. What you high on? What did you say? She's excited. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, getting high is a feeling. Everybody say getting high is a feeling. That's all it is. I got messed up when I smoked. Listen, when Eddie was on that bench, and I went like this here. Check it out. I turned to my right. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was 13, and my best friend was going. I said, "You stupid! You could get in trouble." And he's like, "Shut up." Raise your hand if you ever had a friend do something not cool, man. It just wasn't cool. Yeah. Bring your hands. Raise your hand if you ever said something to him. Oh, you all said something? Okay. All right, raise your hand if you ever had a friend do something cool, but you didn't say nothing because you didn't want to, like, mess up the vibe, man. Well, I like this moment. I got to give you some love, man. Was like, we're going to smoke weed. This guy over here is like, no, we're not. Please? No. Eddie's doing it. So what? Don't do it. You think Eddie knows that I'm going to fight? Huh? You think he even cares? Am I going to say anything to him? Like, if you know what? Listen, I know this might sound weird, and it is kind of weird, right? If you say something to your friend, because most of y'all say, I'm not saying it. I'm just not going to do that. Because if I had to say something, I'd be like, excuse me, Eddie, I'm having like a moment with myself. I was 13. Hey, listen, you better believe today I'll say something. talk about peer pressure, even at my age, I'm still peer pressured. Yes. I got family members who don't even know what recovery's about. I found recovery, man, 3 days after I overdosed. I OD'd on heroin. At 25 years ago, I was 35 years old. I overdosed in Cambridge on heroin, and 3 days later, I was in blue pajamas and smiley slippers. And I went to a place called rehab, Framingham Detox. And I've been there ever since. I live out there now. I got a house, I got a family, I got 2 boys. And also I inspired family members like my twin brother who's in recovery now. He's got 20 years of recovery. So life is good. And when I come out here, I don't come out here to twist anybody's arm, to wag my finger, to convince you of anything. In fact, that's why my students dig me, because they know I'm not here, man, to mess with you. If you want to do drugs, that's your business, not mine. I'm here as a specialist, a prevention specialist for FCD prevention work. I've been trained to do this work. I educate young people to the risks and all the serious stuff that comes along with the disease of addiction. And the good news is, yes, it's an incurable disease. Once you get it, you can't get rid of it. But the good news is it's avoidable. Like if you do a few things during your adolescent years, your teenage years, you're going to be all right. But you got to be paid. You got to stand for something so you don't fall for anything. You got to do the right thing. You got to make sure you equip yourself with some armor. You know, like make sure, man, like start getting high now naturally. Use like natural ways of altering your mind. Running. I like that because running is a good one. Exercise, right? And have fun. Sing. Dance. Do whatever, man. There's all kinds of ways of getting high naturally. Now, here's what 2,4 means. And I got to tell you, man, right? I created this thing. It's crazy. I walk on campus. Mrs. D, 2-4. I'm like, 2-4. I put 2-4s everywhere. But I live by it because I firmly believe we don't have no more than a day. That's it. Yesterday is history. It's over. There's nothing you can do about it. You understand? It's gone. So don't worry about it. Is tomorrow here yet? No. We got 24 hours. No more, no less. When I woke up this morning, man, I touched base with my higher power. I just asked because I need some of that. I need some equipment. You know, it's funny. I was sitting over there. I grinned a little bit. I don't know because I asked my higher power, right? I said, man, listen, can you come out here with me? Because I need. And I laughed because he laughed at me. You know, my higher power laughed. He said, yeah, I got you, man. You ain't got nothing to worry about. So I kind of grinned a little bit, because I'm in protective custody. Do you all understand that? My spirit is like on fire. I'm here to give you a message of hope. You know what a dope dealer is? You heard of dope dealers, right? Well, now you heard of a hope dealer. Yes, I'm a hope dealer. Hey. I'm here for the rest of the week. And anybody, even if you're not in my class, my encouragement to you is look for me. If you have something going on and you need somebody to talk to, like we'll go anywhere. We'll walk. I don't care, man. If it's personal, you don't want to talk about. If you have a friend, bring a friend along. I don't care, because I got information for you. You know, and I'm in my groups, right? I'm going to work on you guys who are in my classes. This week we're going to do how to help a friend, how to do an informal intervention. So I'm going to give you language and timing. I'm going to give you a recipe for how to do an informal intervention, not a crisis intervention. That's for the counselors. But teenagers should know how to handle themselves in awkward situations, because there's some kids in this room that need some help. I'm saying it right now. Because if you're vaping, and there's no way that I can be in a room with this many kids, and everybody's clean, nobody's doing nothing wrong, man. But if you're putting Juul in your mouth and you're inhaling the chemicals, you're in trouble. I'm not putting it to you kindly. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm giving it to you straight. If you're using alcohol recreationally as a teenager, you're in trouble. If you're smoking marijuana to alter your mind for whatever reason, you're in trouble. And there's kids that can worry about you. Watch this here. Don't look at anybody. Look right at me. Don't look right at me. Jack you up, man. Raise your hand if you have a friend that's doing one of those drugs that I just mentioned. Bring your hands down. Raise your hand if you're concerned about that friend. There's enough hands right now that tells me somebody needs some help. So my message to you is like, look out for each other. And if you want, because I'm going to do this in the 10th grade classes, I'm going to do, it's a formal teaching. But if you want some ideas on how to do an informal intervention, come look for me and I'll help you out. Sound good? How much time I got? Am I out of time? All right, cool. I want to say thank you. You guys have been super cool to me. 2-4.